Google News seems to be the most dynamic of all of Google's services in that they keep changing it and tweaking it. So I'm going to show you how it looks in July of 2020. It may look different by the time you see it. You might have to play around to see some of the features that I'm going to discuss, but they generally keep most of the same sorts of features, so it should be something you can figure out with a little attention. The Google News service is really terrific on a few different points. One is that it shows you coverage from all over the political spectrum, so you can when you click here on news, you get to this the same way that you do the books. So here are the news stories, the top news stories on COVID-19. So you see that there's one from CNN, New York Times, Salt Lake Tribune, KSAT San Antonio in Texas. So these are what Google News says are the top news stories on COVID-19 today. And then you can also look at each one of these groups and find that they're breaking them down. So they think Wisconsin news, there are some that are specifically about Wisconsin. These come from a Wisconsin TV station, CNN, Urban Milwaukee. So they're coming from all over the spectrum. Google News also has a news service. So you can go to news.google.com and see Google just like you would see any news site. And when you go that way, it gives you top stories, gives you For You, gives you US, world, local news, and that's done using your location finder, business, technology, and each one of those topics will come up with the new ways to break it down. And all of this tool here on View Full Coverage is terrific. That's where you can find all of the news stories about a certain topic. So this is about Trump and Fauci. You see they've got articles from The Guardian, articles from Fox News, articles from CBS, and the New York Post. So you can see how things are being covered. This is the same story about Fauci and Trump today on the 19th of July. And then you can read them all from here. If there are other stories that we want to look at, sports stories, Roger Stone stories, each one of these little links to full coverage is your key to looking at the story in all of the different media outlets. It's a really useful way to check for fake news and to see how things are being slanted by the left and right. And that is Google News.